In this video, my quest for a 100-mile-an-hour RC buggy begins. Let's get into it. It's official, guys. I have joined the Wltoys 144001 bandwagon. Yep, this is going to be the car that I'm going to try and get to 100 miles an hour. Has anyone else done this? Yep, plenty. But I want to join in on the fun and give it a go. I want to do mine slightly different to what other people are doing. With mine, I really want to try, if I can, to maintain the footprint of the car as much as I possibly can. I've seen a lot of other guys who are turning this car into speed cars, and what they're doing is they're increasing the width and adding stuff to the front and the back, and that's fine, that's good, they're great fun to watch and stuff like that, but that's not what I want to do. I want to try and maintain as much of the footprint of this actual car as I possibly can, because for me it starts to get to the point of where does it being a 144001 end and it being just a completely customized Frankenstein car. And I want to try and maintain the look of this amazingly cool buggy. I know you guys have seen 50 gazillion of them on YouTube. I'm not exactly setting a trend here, but it's the first time I'm really looking at it because it just arrived and I love it, so I'm just celebrating it a bit. So hey, what I was thinking of at absolute maximum of doing is I want to change some things to the setup of the car. That's fine because it's not going to change the overall footprint, but footprint wise, all I'm thinking of is perhaps a front spoiler, perhaps a wheelie bar, because I have seen some do quite incredible wheelies as their speed goes up, and perhaps a fat body to be more easily able to incorporate the more full-on electronics that are going to need to go in this to get it up to higher speeds. Will it reach that speed of 100 miles an hour? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it will, but it doesn't matter because getting there is totally all the fun. Even if it doesn't reach it, I'll be having a blast in getting there, and that's all that counts, guys, for me. Seriously, all that counts. So the way I'm going to do it is I want to catalog it really as fastidiously as I possibly can. And what I mean by that is I want to do a speed run of it completely stock out of the box without even going in and doing the recommended greasing of the front and rear diffs. I'm going to leave them because I think it sounds pretty decent actually. But I am going to do it. But what I want to do is have it as totally just out of the box on the road. What will its speed be? Then I'm going to grease the diffs and give it another speed run and see what the speed difference, if any, there is. Then I'm going to do the shocks, another speed run. Do that. So basically I'm going to do one modification at a time, or one adjustment at a time. Measure the speed, and catalogue the progression and see what actually starts making it a little bit faster and a little bit faster before even starting to get into changing motors and changing ESCs and all that fun. So first up is going to be a run of that. But of course, what we also need is the name Wltoys 144001 doesn't cut it for me. It's its name, but I am going to dub this car a name that came to me actually quite recently. One of my favourite ever cartoons as a kid growing up was a cartoon called Rickety Rocket, and the name didn't come to me until I was just looking on the net and I saw this picture of a buggy-like car, very similar to this one actually, sort of launching off into the sunset, and it was just sort of captioned rocket car or rocket buggy. I can't quite remember now. If I do remember, I'll leave a link to the picture in the description. I don't want to show it here just in case it's any sort of copyright infringement. Don't want to be doing that. But so, and then I just thought rocket car, rocket thing, and then it popped, and then I saw this on the top, RSR, and I thought, oh, Rickety Speed Rocket. So I'm going to be calling this car Rickety Rocket after the beloved Rickety Rocket in the cartoon as a kid. So from now on, all of my vlogs with regard to this car are going to be the Rickety Rocket Speed car or the Rickety Speed Rocket car, whichever, probably Rickety Speed Rocket car because it's already labelled that quite conveniently for me, and that's upside down to you, but you can transmit the RSR, so we'll just turn that around. There you go, RSR, Rickety Speed Rocket. So there we go. Bit silly, I know, but hey, it's part of the fun. And we are also going to attach this puppy, which I bought and has just arrived. A GPS Sky RC1, which it seemed like everyone is using this one to do it. So I'm going to get this out of the packaging, strap it somehow to it. Some guys I've seen put it on the back somehow. Some have put it inside. Some have put it on the top. Not sure about the top because if I do happen to crash it, like it could do, being named Rickety Rocket and having an owner that's pretty rickety himself, you never know what might happen. But so I am going to strap it somewhere to the car and measure its speed, and then we will do a bit of a conclusion. So to the speed run we go. Alright guys, I know I've been waffling for a little bit, but if you just bear with me for a moment or two longer, I just wanted to clarify something that I want to, within this challenge, I want to set myself some more reasonable milestones so I can feel like I'm gaining a sense of accomplishment as I go and achieving things. 100 miles an hour is quite a gargantuan task, and I'm looking forward to trying, but it could take some time. So in order to feel like I'm actually achieving something, I am going to set myself 3 other goals along the way. The first one is 50 kilometers per hour, which is 31 miles per hour. If you see me look down, just got it written here. My second goal is actually 50 miles per hour, which is 80.5 kilometers an hour. My third goal is 100 kilometers per hour, which is one I'm looking forward to because that's a current speed limit in Australia here. That equates to 62.1 miles per hour. Then, of course, the final goal, 100 miles per hour, which I haven't written down how much that is in kilometers per hour, naughty me, but it's pretty high. So it's probably in the about 160, I think, something like that. So let's just say for now 160 kilometers per hour, but that's way down the track. For now, the first goal, 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour. So, with all that said, let's get out to the road and see how she does. Rickety Rocket, blast off. See you out there, guys. Well, guys, it's a lovely day today for a speed run. We've got a fairly straight stretch of road that we can use that hopefully won't have any traffic on it at this time of day. So we're all set for our first ever speed run of Rickety Rocket. Let's see how we go. We are ready to go. Hopefully the GPS is recording. So we'll give it a test. Wait till this car comes past.
Whoa, shit. Okay.
It's impossible.
45 kp.
It just turned off.
49. 49 now.
Wow. I reckon that's probably going to be its max.
Yeah, you got 50 in it. Yeah. You can't be happy with 49, you got to go for 50. Bring it over, I'll record the top with the 50s.
Did it still say 50?
Yep.
Well, guys, Rickety Rocket has sustained its first little bit of battle damage from speedrun. Speedruns weren't massively great, but we did manage to hit 50 kilometers an hour today, I suppose. But what's happened is it looks like there is a screw with its bush. And that one there down the bottom is just totally missing including the bush that it sits in, is just no longer on the car. We had a little bit of a hunt around the area, but couldn't find anything, so I had to call it a day with it. So hopefully that's the only damage. I'm about to pull the wheel off and see whether there's anything else, but it looks like I'm gonna have to be ordering a screw set prematurely. So, oh well, part of the fun of it. Rickety Rocket's first blast off? You be the judge. Well guys, I pulled it apart completely, and thankfully, aside from that missing screw and this bush here, so that screw there and this bush here are missing from the bottom portion of the C-cup, and there's absolute, aside from maybe a little bit of scraping up from where it was, must have been rubbing. And a bit of a word of warning, if you're just buying this car, check these screws on the front end, because 2 of my cars from Wltoys have loose screws down there. So be careful. I now need to order. I don't think you can get these individually, unfortunately. I'm going to need to order the entire screw set, which is probably a good idea to have anyway. But, so there you go. Thankfully, nothing broken. The bottom of the spring on the shock had popped out as well, the housing here, but that was no big deal. But nothing broken, thank goodness. Well, there you have it, guys. My first ever speed run, having a GPS on the car. It was pretty cool. And my first goal achieved in the first run without doing anything at all to the car. Just straight out of the box, which is probably why the steering was so hard to trim and why it kept veering off to the side and hitting the gutter. It was incredibly tedious to just try and get a straight line out of it, but did it a couple of times. Footage of it wasn't massively great, so apologies for that. We'll get better over time, I promise. But it's there, it's in the books, 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour. And now all I need to do is wait for some more parts to arrive so I can fix that bit where the screw come loose out of the C-cup of the left front of the car. So just a little bit of a, before I go, just a little bit of a warning that if you do buy one of these cars, please be sure to check all those. I was remiss in doing that, and I should have done that. That was bad, but I didn't. So lesson learned. You need to check all the screws, because I've also got a 959B which had loose screws in similar types of ways. So there you go. But so next video for the Wltoys 144001 aka Rickety Rocket will be hopefully within a few weeks, depends how long it takes for these parts to arrive from China. I've already ordered 3 screw sets. I could get one for $23 or 2 for $31, or 3, sorry, for $31. I thought, why go with one when you can get 3? So hopefully within a few weeks, but who knows with the current climate and all. But all right, guys, you all take care now, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing and smashing on that bell so you can see all of my videos in the future. Until then, Matt at RC Chronicles signing off. See you later, guys.